You know good and well that you ain't even got it like that. What's up, boys? We got the MX bike stream going back to back to back to back to back. We're on an online server. We're on all the new Supercross custom tracks 2020 shit, right? Go to mxbikesmods.com. You'll find it there. All those Supercross replica tracks that have the pictures that look like the track maps, right? Download all those. Spencer Turley server, turkey password. As always, let's get it. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let me know if you can even hear my ass. Let me know if everything's going good with mic audio and all that. What's up, Cole? What's up, dog? The last stream, we had a little bit of a technical tornado error going on, and that caused some craziness. It literally like split the stream into like two separate streams, so that's why you see like two separate videos on my YouTube channel for that last stream. All right. We're out here in the pitch, just rolling one up real quick before we go on the track. You know how it is. Just drinking a gallon of tea real quick before we get on the track. Checking the tire pressure, shit like that. Boys, I hope you guys are enjoying these streams as much as me. I feel like I'm so much more myself in a stream. It's like fucking crazy. Yeah, you gotta have the tea on deck. You gotta have it. I got 2 teacups beside me right now as we speak. Right? I just love, dude, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when you're making a video, it's so much like you feel like you have to, talk about whatever you're talking about in the video, and you got to be so like, and then this is how this is, and then you got to do this, and then this is how, and then that's how that thing is, and then, right? It's like this, like, very consistent talking level where when you're streaming, you can just chill, right? You can chill, you can be yourself. It's like a whole different thing. Let some of you boys hop up in here before I get taken off here. I don't know, I'm just saying streaming's fucking sick, dude. So, I actually turned on shaders in the game, so the front fender itself should look way better than it had in the past. The bar pad is still low res. I don't know what the bar pad is actually connected to because I turned model detail all the way up to maximum. Obviously, I can't have texture detail. I have to have texture detail on low just strictly for the YouTube grain effect shit, right? But I don't know exactly what setting is affecting the bar pad itself to cause it to do that. But I know I turned down a bunch in the game just so that I didn't have that issue where it was causing that YouTube grain effect, right? So, yeah. Apologize for, like, what the fuck is that Minecraft Renthal, you can't even read it type shit, but trust me, you would rather have a lower detailed bar pad than, like, high detailed dirt where YouTube literally can't even, like, process it, can't even encode it properly, and it just looks like shit when you put it on YouTube. So, yeah. Interestingly enough, the bike with this shading shit, like when you get on this part of the track, it makes it really dark. It's pretty interesting. It's my first time really playing with it like that. And my first time really sitting down here playing with this new camera mode, the not locked to the bike. You guys know I turned it on in that last stream. But this is my first time really sitting down, running it on some, some of these other Supercross tracks. So either way, we are on a Spencer Turley server, turkey password. We're on all the newer custom Supercross tracks here on MX Bikes. This is the Tampa one. That's what this one is. But we're going to be going to all of them in this stream. So, if you're going to get on here and ride, be sure you have all of them downloaded. Let me see if I can get my shit together here. There's a pretty big daddy quad on this track that I'm trying to get where I can hit pretty consistent. It's right here around this like second corner area. It's got a little sand section right here, and then it cuts back around, right? So it kind of goes like this. kind of jump onto that table, and you can jump off there and you can quad that into the corner. Let me figure out what the hell I'm doing here real quick. This different not locked to the bike camera mode is actually pretty interesting. It's a lot different, man. It's a lot different than that lock to the bike, so it's going to take me a minute to learn what I'm doing with it, right? You got a triple right here, too. Pretty big daddy triple. That reminds me of some MX Simulator, you know, triples right out of a corner. I'm going to have to really get on the gas for that, right? May even have to change my gearing for certain jumps like that. This one, you got another triple potential right there onto that table, so we've got some pretty big lines we're trying to learn to hit in this game. So I'm trying to figure out like how to do it with this particular camera mode. That's my sort of thing I'm trying to get learned here. Whoa. Right, and this is the camera mode where you can like barely whip it over and it looks like you're absolutely saucing it, right? Crazy how it does that, isn't it? Look how much faster it looks like I'm going. Shit's insane. Dude asking chat, how do I think Redbud's going to go this weekend? Dude, I'm not even keeping up with that shit. I know that might sound crazy, but I literally am not even keeping up with it. One of the biggest reasons why is it just doesn't... I don't have the channels for it, man. Like, that's so frustrating, too. All right, here's this quad. All right. You got to get on the brakes really hard, and then to be able to turn and then triple out of that, that's some big hoss status to be able to put all that together. So we got some real Supercross rhythms, you know, we got to try to put together here. Yeah, I'm just not watching a whole lot of the real life shit right now. I don't know, the double Loretta Lynn's, 9 rounds only, it's just... And then they had to reschedule that or like postpone the TV showing of the first race. That kind of put me off. You know, I've been watching motocross and AMA motocross Supercross for like the past decade now, literally every single race. But this is just the first year that I've just not, I guess I've just not really, I don't know, something about it's just made me not really watch it because it just seems so different. Like those last half of the rounds of Supercross this year just seemed like a glorified practice, right? It just seems so different. So, I don't know. But, you know, they show like the first motos on whatever, like a normal channel that you would have, like NBCSN or whatever. Then they'll show the other moto on some paid gold shit. I don't have that. So that's kind of another thing that just sort of makes me like, well, fuck it. I might watch it later on YouTube or something, you know, but I'm not really too into trying to watch it like as soon as they run it on TV. Okay. This triple out of this right here is Big Daddy. We are on a Spencer Turley server, password turkey. Hop up in here. This is the 2020 Tampa track, custom track. Go to mxbikesmods.com. You'll find it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Isaac, you said, can someone give you link to download tracks? You can't put links in this stream. I have it set up that way. All you have to do is go to mxbikesmods.com, go to the replica or the Supercross tracks, and you'll find them. It's all the ones that specifically look like... shit, I'm stuck. All the ones that look like, you know, the picture of it's like a track map, like Supercross track map picture. That's what all these are. Boys, I appreciate you tuning in the stream. We're just farting around on some Supercross here. This is my shit, though. Like, I love Supercross in these simulators. There's just something really fun. And I love motocross in these simulators, too, but I like when the motocross tracks specifically have a shitload of, like, roughness skill gap and rut skill gap, you know? Like on a lot of those 17 MX Simulator outdoor tracks. But like Supercross has skill gap just in the jumps, you know what I mean? So that's kind of a cool thing about that. Okay, it's pretty tricky right here. I'm still able to hit this in first gear though. So that's kind of crazy. There's that triple, right? Then you got another one. Oh my God, it's so much fun. It's so much fun hitting like big lines on a track for the first time. It reminds me of the way that felt back when I, you know, was learning Supercross on MX Simulator. It's really, really fun starting to learn that. Well, shit. So, yeah, there's a woo! Little Larry. Little Larry. Barnese, this is Tampa, 2020 Tampa. But we're going to be riding on pretty much all those like newer 2020 replica tracks. So all the ones when you go to MX Bikes Mods, all the ones, it's pretty simple to point them out because they all have the like the track map picture, like the real life Supercross track map picture as the image of the track on MX Bikes Mods. So it's all those. It's made by Big Smooth some shit, right? He's made all these. Whoa. That not locked to the bike camera mode's pretty insane, dude. Sometimes it's the bike will kind of like just loop out and you can't even hardly see that it's doing it before it's too late, you know? But there is certainly some positives to this not locked to the bike shit, for sure. Certainly some positives. That's the tricky part when you start hitting Big Daddy quads. Then you got to start really being able to get on the brakes and turn really sharp. That's what's cool about Supercross. You know, you get to the point where you can start hitting the big lines, but then that comes with, that's a Big Daddy right there. Oh my God. But then that comes with being able to have to get on the brakes quicker, right? And having to do all this other shit a lot better to be able to not fly off the track when you do hit a quad. You know, there's a lot of it to that. Yeah, the reason why I don't really do the hold down reset shit is because I've just gotten in a habit of never doing that, because if someone's on the track behind you, it just literally will not let you respawn, and that pissed me off to the point to where I'm like, fuck it. I'm just not even going to respawn like that. But yes, I do understand that there's a, you know, hold the shit down for 3 seconds and respawn. I do know about that. It becomes a bigger deal when you get a lot more people on a track, right? And they're all behind you, and then it literally will not let you respawn for like fucking 20 seconds, however long they're behind you. So I'm just in a habit of I either reset like quickly or I just go back to the pits in practice. Like, it's not a big deal to me. That's just I've kind of gotten in a weird habit of doing that. Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, online, it doesn't sound like it would be a bad thing, but it really... Let me get stuck on this stripper pole real quick. It doesn't sound like it would be that big of a deal, but I'm telling you, like, if anybody is on the track in your vicinity at all, it literally brings up a menu that says, track not clear, you can't spawn here. So you're just sitting there holding it down like this, and it turns red, and it just won't let you spawn. The whole time that somebody's on the track beside you, anywhere. Right? And that gets really annoying when you're like in a lead of 5 or 6 people, because then you have to wait till every single person goes all the way past you before it'll let you respawn. So that's a little bit of a weird thing. All right, we'll try it right here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've been playing on online quite a bit, and it kind of got me in the habit of doing that. That is a weird thing about that not locked to the bike camera. It'll do that right there a lot on you, where you won't realize the front end's like dip down in between some little jump, right? Because you can't really see it. Whereas when you're locked to the bike, your eyes never come off of the front fender, right? So so it's definitely different in that sense, but I'm kind of scared to jump this very far right here. Ooh. That's one aspect of when you really start getting in deep into these simulators, getting you set up all fucking figured out and all that. You really get to the point where you can start way over jumping those singles and flat landing and without losing a shitload of momentum, right? Kind of a little aspect of that. Oof. Quad's a little tricky. Triple here. That's getting trickier with the terrain deformation, for sure. No doubt. Boys, I appreciate you tuning in the stream. Oh, yeah, gotta hit. These jumps you gotta hit them. I mean, you can't be lollygagging, sipping on your tea. Like, you gotta hit them. You know? Haven't really figured out what kind of gearing I'm, like, really, like, trying to run right now. Just kind of chilling on that. I haven't really got too deep into that aspect of it yet. But I will find... Well, shit, dog. The other first-person camera is not lit. I don't know what you mean by that. The reason why I don't really like the other first-person camera is because this is how this shit is, right? It's like even less... You're even more disconnected from the bike. Even when you have not locked to the bike turned on, when you go to this other camera, it's even more disconnected from the bike. It's really weird, right? So I like the standard camera, right? But just the not locked to the bike option checked. That's what I'm running right now. Now, if you have the option where it's not locked to the bike and then you hit V and you go to this, like if you're in this other camera, right? So that's the default not locked to the bike checked. If you go to this camera and then you have your setting not locked to the bike, it's going to be different than if you had it like default locked to the bike, but then you were on this camera, right? So there's two different first-person cameras, 1 and 2, right? But then you also have that setting to lock it to the bike or not lock it to the bike on either one of these different camera settings, right? So, and then you have the option to go in there on top of all that and adjust field of view, tilt, pitch, shit like that, right? So you can kind of either, and it's weird because you can have the default camera, which is this one right here, but then you can have it locked to the bike, right? Then you can go to this camera with it locked to the bike, and it's going to feel kind of similar to having this camera on, not locked to the bike, right? I know that's a little confusing, but you got to understand what I'm saying. If you know the game, then you know what I'm talking about. But I just prefer this one right here. It just feels smoother to me, like turning in the corners smoother. But yeah, if you have your, settings where you have it locked to the bike, like default, you have that checked off locked to the bike, you're probably going to think this second first-person camera is better if you have it locked to the bike. That's the whole trick, though. If you have that little check mark checked, not checked where you want it not locked to the bike, and then you go to the first-person camera. God, why is this so confusing? You go to the first-person camera with it not locked to the bike. It's pretty fucking awesome, dude. Yes, I'm playing online. My server, Spencer Turley server, Turkey password. We're on the 2020 Tampa track. We're going to be going to all the different 2020 Supercross tracks in this stream. Let me just hit these whoops absolutely wide ass open every single lap and not even remotely scared about it. Oh, man, they got to work on those whoops. What the fuck is that? So there's some of these tough blocks that are collidable and some of them that aren't collidable. It's kind of weird. Dude says, should you get MX bikes or MX Sim? You should get both. How about them apples, brother? If you are going to get Sim, I recommend playing on like 2011 to 2017 tracks without a road on it. That's just what I would recommend doing. Just so you kind of learn what the game is really all about, what it has been all about for, from 2007 to 2017, right? You kind of get an idea of that. Then if you want to go and fuck around with the road or fuck around on like some 18, 19, 2020 track, whatever, then you can do that. But you want to make sure and get that pure experience of what MX Simulator was made for, what it was built for before you start venturing out to a lot of that newer shit that they're trying to do, right? Because it could give you a really bad taste in your mouth if you go straight to that, right? Like if you never ride on a 17 track with actual solid pre-made ruts and pre-made roughness and solid Supercross tracks with fucking solid whoops and solid big jumps. If you just go right into the 2020 Supercross and outdoor tracks, you're going to get a whole different vibe in your head than what you would have gotten if you would have started like back in 17 or before, right? Just hit this bitch wide open and see what it does. Oh my God. Yep, that's what I thought. That's kind of what I thought. Yeah, it says you got the track, and now it says you're missing bikes now. Because you have to have the newest, I'm pretty sure anyways, you have to have the newest OEM pack, which you can find that on the mxbikesmods.com as well. It's the newest. It's going to have like a seal, literally a seal, animal seal, okay, picture on it, right? You're going to see it. It's like the most popular one. Just go to the bikes on mxbikesmods.com. Let me choke up here a little bit. Let me drink some tea. And that's how you'll find it. I'm pretty sure you have to have that. It's like a requirement if I'm running it because it's, you know, it's not just bike skins, it's like entire bike models. And see, that's where MX Bikes is a little bit different, right? It's there's that triple. Hell yeah, dog. Damn, I love that feeling. You love that feeling when you're like, I don't know if I can hit that big ass jump on that Supercross track in that simulator, and then you fucking do it. Oh my God, that's one of the best feelings ever. I swear that is one of the best feelings you can ever have in motocross gaming, period. Period. Yeah, it's required for all online servers, so you just need that main 2020 OEM bike pack that's on mxbikesmods.com. Kind of surprised Poboso doesn't just, you know, add that in if it's required for online servers. I've got, you know, kind of surprised that's not just in there. There's a lot of things I'm kind of surprised Poboso doesn't just put in here that's like community-made custom stuff, right? Holy shit, now we're big vibing. Holy shit, holy shit. Can't hit that. 30 Dudeskis in the chat already. What's up, boys? Let's try not to get blown away by a tornado this time, right? Ooh, I'm getting the leaning vibe now. I'm getting them tripskis in now, dog. Getting them triples in now. That one's not as hard as I thought it was, actually. Good one, Barneasy. Learn Supercross, scrub. Nah, I'm just playing. Barneasy's a home dog. He's a big ass. He's got the New Balances on. You know what it is. You know what it is. Okay. But yeah, we're on the 2020 Tampa track. Spencer Turley server, turkey password. Hop up in here, boys. Okay. So yeah, once you get these lines down, this track becomes a lot more fun, man. Yeah, don't like, you know, a lot of you dudes are going to get this idea in your head. Oh my God, Spencer's like getting better at MX bikes. Holy shit, he's like learning the game. Look at how far he's whipping it. He's hitting, you know, big ass lines and all this. Well, what's going to confuse you into thinking that is I've changed my camera setting. That's really what it is. I haven't really been playing the game very much more or anything like that. I'm still like just fast as I was before, but it's that camera setting, not locking it to the bike. I swear to God, it makes you look like you're pro in the game instantly. It's crazy, dude. Instantaneously, it makes you look like you're pro in the game compared to the like default lock to the bike camera, right? Oh shit, we gotta dodge Dudeskis here. We gotta dodge the Dudeskis here. Terrain deformation, getting a little peppy. MX Bikes is not harder than Sim. It is easier without even a question. I would say it's half or less. Half the difficulty of MX Simulator or less. It's certainly way easier to get into. I'm not saying there's not depth to MX Bikes. I mean, there definitely is. Like, when you compare it to all games, like arcade games and everything, it's definitely got more depth than your standard, you know, arcade motocross game for damn sure. But, like, you got to understand, MX Simulator is the unlimited of the unlimited depth, skill gap, motocross game simulator physics, right? So, I don't think it's quite to that point. I think they could get it to that point if they update it to, you know, continue to update it and shit. Whoa, that is one thing a little tricky about this camera when you're turning really sharp in a Supercross corner. Did you guys notice that? It kind of like the dude's head kind of like tries to like look ahead or some shit. I don't really even know how to explain it, but it's kind of weird. See that right there? It's like your dude tries to kind of look ahead a little bit. Makes it a little tricky trying to hit the rhythm. Oh, man, I got to hit that harder. But yeah, don't get confused in thinking, oh my God, Spencer's so good at MX Bikes now. It's really just I changed the camera. That's all it is, dog. I don't want you to, you know, get confused about it or anything. I still could have hit all these lines fucking, you know, 3 weeks ago in this game or a month ago in this game. I still would have been riding the same way. It just would have looked like I was going way slower with that lock to the bike camera mode, right? just would have looked like I wasn't whipping it as far just because of that camera mode, right? See, this one's kind of like lower down on the bike in a way, and the bike moves separately from the camera, so it allows you to see the whip better, right? And weirdly enough, it looks like you're going faster with it as well. Spencer Turley crazy moments, holy shit. So yeah. We got 30 dooskies in the chat. What's up, boys? 30 dudes in the chat, right? We got a couple of dude skis in the chat, right? We got memberships opened up for the channel, boys. Go check it out. We got super chats. We got memberships. We got all that shits. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, it's going to take me a minute to learn this shit. This is fun, though. I like this. I like this learning Supercross in a simulator. It's a pretty rare occasion when you actually get to go through that in life, you know, because once you learn it, then that's it, right? Like, I've done it once on MX Simulator. Now that's just, there is no more learning that on MX Simulator. Once you learned it, you got it, you know. So it's fun to be able to come in here and kind of re-experience that in MX bikes, kind of learning everything again. That's pretty fun. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not really trying to fuck around too much. You know, me saying the dude's kind of looking ahead a little bit in the cornering, I'm not saying it's like a really bad thing or whatever. I mean, it's not locked to the bike, so you got to expect that to a certain extent. But I know they have, like, corner anticipation, all that type of shit. So I'm not trying to jack with it too much, you know. Just trying to kind of run what I got going here. What's up, boys? We about got 40 dudeskis in the chat. What's up? We're out here on Tampa 2020 custom Supercross track. Let me die again. Tampa 2020 Spencer Turley server, turkey password. Hop up in here. Okay, this quad right here is really fun, dude. I get it in second, right? And then wrap it right up over there. Woo-wee! It's really hard to get on the brakes fast enough right there, right? I need to start kind of rolling that corner a little better from the outside. I think that's my issue with that. Oh, he tried. Barney's, he tried. He tried. Just fucking around, Doug. Yeah, I need to go back to the pits, load everybody's bike in. Sorry. It's got that white bike action going on. Boys, I appreciate you tuning in the stream. I've been having a lot of fun, man. And it's like, I'm making way more money off of streaming than I am just YouTube videos. Let's just get that out there right now. I enjoy it more. I'm making more from the memberships and super chats. I feel like I'm more myself in a stream. It's just better in every way, dog. Literally better in every way. I can get in there and play with people on an online server. It's like, fuck, dude. So all of you dudes that have became members and sent super chats and shit like that, that's making me want to stream way more than I would be if there was none of that. Let me just tell you that much. So I appreciate all that support. All right, cool little starting in the pit area. There's a little transfer line here. Oh, got to hit it a little harder than that, Spency boy. Yeah, you know, my videos aren't really edited. But it's just a different mentality when you know, I'm still talking off the top of my head in videos, just like I am right now, right? So it's not like I'm looking at a piece of paper or, I don't do a lot of editing on my videos to begin with, but it's just a different thing, right? Like if I'm going in there to make a video on whatever, you know, MX Bikes Mud Mode or what the fuck ever kind of video, it's like I'm so focused in on that topic that I'm just like talking, and it's like there's not that opportunity to just chill and kind of make jokes and be funny and just like be myself, you know. It's a very different kind of thing. So we'll see if I can start integrating that a little better into my videos than I have previously. You know, just it's like I don't know. You just get this thing like you're having to talk into the mic, like, okay, and this is why the rain mode's good here, and then MX Simulator's like this rain mode, and then you go over here, and that's why it's like this, but then it's pretty cool when you do that. You know what I mean? Versus just chilling. It's a very different atmosphere, very different kind of content, right? Whereas when you're live streaming, I can come over here and sip on my tea, I can chill, I can, you know, what the fuck ever. You get a lot more of that, like, real personality when they're streaming, for sure. No question about it. Oh, shit. Barnese couldn't take the heat. You know, it's pretty obvious. Okay. He's going to crack up when he sees this. Oh, man. All right. So this little sand mode's kicking my... This little sand zone, sand mode, sand man. This sand area, sand section's kicking my ass, dog. Okay, quad. I keep hitting it way too far to the inside. Then it kind of fucks me up here. Yeah, we got to start hitting that more wide. I got to start thinking now, right? We got to start thinking about, you know, like hitting the quad, but then landing on the outside so then you can roll around the next corner to hit the next triple in. Right? So now I'm kind of getting to that point where I'm having to really start thinking about what I'm actually hitting, because you got to string together the whole lap, right? That's what really separates Supercross from motocross. So we're kind of starting to get to that point now. And a lot of these bigger triples on this track, you can't just like hit them from 0 to 100. You know, you got to already be carrying some speed to do it. So you kind of got to think about it a little bit, right? Dude says you're getting pretty good at this game. I'm actually not. I just changed my camera mode. It's insane, Doug. You know, I'm actually being dead ass serious. I just changed my camera. I just made it not locked to the bike, so now it looks like I'm going 3 times as fast as I was before and whipping it 5 times as far as I was before, but really, it's not. I haven't really gotten any better at the game. I just changed the camera setting. I know it's going to sound crazy, but I'm just keeping it real right now, all right? Just keeping it honest. It's weird. I didn't expect a camera setting to be able to make it seem like you're that much better at the game, but it really does. It is fucking weird. Oh, that is getting ruddy. That is getting ruddy right there. What's up, boys? Just tuning in. Damn, I got 40 dooskies in here. God dang. I think we had like 50 whenever the tornado hit in that last stream. We had like 50 dudes, and I had to run from the stream, and it shut off. It was insane. But thank God we're still alive, you know. Bless up. Okay. Oh, shit. I think a lot of you dudes are enjoying this different camera mode, though. Certainly giving the game a whole different vibe. And I've got dynamic shadows turned on now, so the fender looks like, literal real life. It's kind of insane. Can you play this game on Xbox 360? I'm going to think not. I'm going to go with negative there. So the big thing is like... You know, I don't have to get real specific on my camera settings. All you got to think is the first, there's 2 first-person cameras, right? There's this one and there's this one. I'm talking about the default first-person camera with it checked to be like, or I guess it's technically unchecked, right? It's by default checked to have it locked to the bike. You'll see that option in the menu or in the settings, right? And you uncheck that to where it's not locked to the bike. So it's the default camera, first-person camera, but just not locked to the bike. That's what I'm running right now. And then all that other shit like pitch and field of view and all that, that's just your own little personal preference shit, right? But it's going to feel pretty good just doing what I'm telling you. Ooh, you definitely got to hit that good there to still be able to get that quad out of there. So that's what I'm running. I don't even know if this is what I'm gonna run like forever, but I'm kind of testing out some shit right now, right? It's hard to like run anything else when this literally makes it look like you go from an amateur to a professional in the game just from changing a camera setting. It's kind of hard for me to like go back to anything else now. Just by what it makes it look like I'm doing, it's crazy. What's up, Ivan? Yeah, we out here on these newer 2020 Supercross. Whoa, my dude had his head cocked. That was a little weird. We out here on the 2020 Supercross replica track, custom tracks and MX bikes. This is the 2020 Tampa track. Go to mxbikesmods.com. You'll find it on there. We're on Spencer Turley server. Turkey password. Woohoo, Spency boy. God dang, Eli Tomac. Calm down, brother. Holy. Yeah, it's interesting though. I mean, this when you have it not locked to the bike, it looks better in some ways and worse in others, but I think the positives outweigh the negatives to it. You know what I mean? For sure. Just from it making it look like you're going so much faster is insane. It's insane. And just being able to see the whips more than you could in the other camera, it's crazy. It's just weird to me how Poboso would think to have it locked to the bike by default. That's what I'm confused about. Why the fuck do they have that locked to the bike by default? There's so many people that wouldn't even like realize that you could have it set up like this. We almost did a backflip, boys. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't understand Poboso's sort of mentality on that decision. But, you know, it's kind of just trying to, you know, MX Simulator doesn't even have that option, right? You don't have like a lock to the bike or not locked to the bike option. It just is what it is on MX Simulator. And then you go in there and you change your, you know, you go in there and you change your field of view and all those kind of little settings, but there's not really like a lock to the bike and not lock to the bike. So, but I don't think MX Simulator's first-person camera is just like 100% locked to the bike. It's kind of like in between locked to the bike and not locked to the bike. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. Okay, getting a little ruddy in the sand, boys. Getting a little ruddy in the sand. All right, all right, all right. Whoa, 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 whoa. See if I can hit this up the outside. Damn, it like keeps funneling me to the middle. Like inside to middle there. Okay, here we go. See if we can string a lap together. We about got it. We about got it. And then I start talking and mess up. We about got one stringed up. Yeah, I've been racing in real life for like, I don't know, I raced like 8 years from 10 to 2016. That's probably the last time I raced. But, I mean, I've been riding, you know, here and there the past 4 years. I'm trying to get all that going again, but it's fucking 2020's put a kink in that. Let me just say that. But we will be getting that going again. Yeah, if you look up on YouTube, Spencer Turley helmet cam, you'll see it. Oh, shit. I do have a helmet cam of me riding on YouTube. Need more tea? Drink more tea. Yeah, a lot of people have this impression that I've just like never rode a real life dirt bike or I have no idea what the fuck's going on. It's like, dog, I literally have 5 dirt bikes right now as we speak. 5. Okay? I've got a 2004 YZ125, 2005 YZ252 stroke, right? I've got a 2007 YZ254 stroke, right? So kind of a little bit more of that older style 4-stroke. I've got a 2016 YZ254 stroke. Raced all those bikes. Raced, okay? Like local B-class, raced them shits, right? I've rode on full-blown arena cross tracks. Literally had pro Supercross track dudes out there training us, right? Rode on full-blown arena cross tracks. The only thing I haven't really rode on in real life is like a legitimate in-stadium Supercross track, right? That's the only thing I haven't rode on. But, I mean, I've rode on the most gnarly arena cross, like, whoops, you'll break your fucking face in on, right? Finish lines where it's literally, you know, you're going to actually shit when you jump the jump type finish line jumps, like right out of the corner, big ass double finish line. I actually collided with a dude in an arena cross race on a finish line, like, you know, the most hardcore kind of finish line you could imagine. Sometimes arena cross finish lines are fucking crazy, but collided with him in the middle of the air. We fucking came down, hit my head, got knocked out. It was a whole caboodle. So I've been through that whole injury side of the shit too, right? I know how that is. Had the throttle stick on a bike, fourth tapped off the side of the track, hit a big ass berm, flew like fucking, dude, it's just hard to explain crashes, man. Oh my God. But I've been through it. Let me just say that. No, I don't think there is people playing MX bikes without the bike mod. I mean, they might be doing it in single player, but like this dude right here, the only reason it's like that is because I got to go back to the pit to load his shit in. It doesn't mean he's playing it without the mod. I think you have to have the newer 2020 OEM mod pack to even get in here, right? Pretty sure you have to. Pretty sure you have to have it. What's up, my dude? Oh man, not again. Okay, back in the pits. Let's take a little sip of tea in the pits. We're just chilling in the pits, checking the tire pressure, you know, getting off the bike, doing our, you know, arm pump exercises, shake weight, you know what it is. Getting a little snack in between practice session. Okay. Everybody coming to the stadium. It is qualifying time qualifying session number 2 for the 450 class. 450C qualifying session on the track now. Holy shit, Big Daddy. It's the Big Daddy. Definitely getting a little laggy with all this terrain deformation and this many dudes on a track for sure. MX Bikes definitely needs to get those issues kinked out. Now, you can't get custom stuff for reflex on consoles. It should be that way, but you can't. That's one thing I was kind of talking about with the Reflex Remastered that they could do. No, not Pringles. Planers Mixed Nuts, not sponsored, you know what I mean? I need some Planers Mixed Nuts in my system to be able to hit some of these bigger lines, you know what I'm saying, Dave? Isaac, just download the bike pack, dog, and put it in the bikes file, just like you'd put the tracks in the track file. You know, the Paboso, fucking mods, track file. Put the bike pack in the bike file. Go to mxbikesmods.com. Bikes. You'll see it literally has a real life seal on the picture, on the image. Download it. It's easy. Do you still ride in real life, Spencer? Rewind the stream like 5 minutes. Pretty much explained all that. Like literally just then. just explained it. So last time I rode was probably like a year ago. I've been riding just off and on for like past fucking 4 years. I know it's sad. It breaks my heart too, don't worry. But once you get to that point where you have to load the bike up, you have to take everything to the track. You're kind of a solo dude, right? It ain't daddy loading your bike up anymore. It ain't daddy paying for the gas to get to the track. It becomes a very different situation when it gets to that point. Because I don't have any tracks close to me, so I'm literally going to have to drive for at least an hour to get to any track around me. So that in itself, right, is like, you're going to be spending, whatever, 50, 60 bucks on gas, just gas. Then the track fee, so that's like 10, 20 bucks, right? Then the bike, everything, the damage you cause to the bike just riding it, if you don't wreck, is another probably, I don't know, you could guesstimate like 20, 30 bucks every time you go ride. You know, the food you got to eat because you're out there big hossing, that's another 40, 50 bucks. So you're going to look at about 150, 200 bucks every time I go, every day that I go ride in real life. It's going to be a solid 200 when you put all the wear and tear that you're putting in the bike, wear and tear you're putting in your vehicle, everything you put everything into it, right? Literally 150 to 200 bucks you could guesstimate every day that I go ride in real life. So it's not something I can do, you know, frequently. It's one thing if you have a track right behind your house, or it's one thing if your mom and dad are taking you and paying for your food and paying for the fuel and everything else, putting the wear and tear on their vehicles, and, you know, your 254 stroke, you know, is not running good anymore, so daddy pays to fix that, and, you know, that's a different story when it's like that. I never said it wasn't worth the fun. It is 100% worth the fun. But, you know, I have to pay where I live. It's called rent, right? So, you know, if I just completely run out of money entirely from going and riding motocross, you know, I would be living on the side of the street, eating a bologna fucking sandwich. So you kind of have to, you know, yeah, I would love to be riding every single day. Yeah, in a perfect world, but sometimes reality slaps you in the face, man. Especially when you're just getting out of your mommy and daddy's house and you're trying to make it. Like, shit makes a big difference, man. There ain't been no love lost for nothing. But the difference was, back in the day, right, whenever I was really racing and riding all the time, was I had a track that was open, like, literally probably 10 minutes from my house that I raced at and did the whole caboodle on. It was the local track. But then it shut down, so then now there is no tracks that close. So you have to drive an hour. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of differences. Even some of the tracks I used to go ride at that were 30, 40 minutes away have now shut down. So that's what's really done it, right? Make a moon track in my backyard. Yeah, Doug. All right, let's return to pit. No, trust me. Like, if I had a track in my backyard, which is, see, that's another thing. If you make enough money, you can just put a track in your backyard, boy. Right? So, it kind of, in a perfect world, I would have a supercross track in my backyard, motocross track in my backyard. Like, trust me, dog. If I had all the money in the world, that's what I would have. I'd be riding on that shit every single day. Like, you obviously don't understand how much I love this shit, apparently. But reality will slap you in the face real quick. Let me just say that. Oh, shit. But I'm not kidding you when I say, when you're the guy forking the bill for everything, you're paying for the $1,000, you know, engine replacement or whatever you have go wrong with your bike, right? You're paying for the gas for your vehicle. You're paying for the, you know, the wear and tear that can then cause an issue with your vehicle that you're driving just to go to the track. All those miles, having to drive an hour every time you go to the track. Shit adds up, bro. It adds up like a motherfucker. It really does. You know, and back when I was racing, it really was more of a, you know, parents taking me to the track and parents helping me load the bike and dad paying for this. And so it's a lot easier of a, you know, process when you do that. But I am going to be getting back into real life riding, right? Like straight up. Because I do have a track that is like 45 to an hour away from me. It's a really good ass track. But 2020's thrown a weird ass kink into a lot of things. So that's made me, and then me moving out this year, like, oh my God, I couldn't even imagine trying to go ride right now. I don't even have the bikes with me. Like, it's a whole fucking thing. So, you know, there's a lot more to it behind the scenes. All right, let's get on a different track here. Return to pit. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get on a different one of these newer Supercross tracks. Okay. We were just on the Tampa one. So this is what the pictures look like of them, right? Like this right here. You got Oakland. You got this one. Let's go to the San Diego, 2020 San Diego. Also did a lot of woods riding. I did some woods races too. GNCC woods races. Well, they technically wasn't GNCC. I mean, they were Hare Scramble, but it was like the, my state's version of that. But I experienced all that, trees everywhere, right? Bark busters going up these crazy ass muddy hills, fucking rock gardens. Like, I've been through all that shit too. Okay, we are on the 2020 San Diego here. But the big money thing is not really the bike, right? That's not the big money issue, which that's not considering, the $8,000 I put in on my new 250, right? Well, 16,250 at this point, but let's not mention that, right? But that alone, right? Oh my God, that's a Big Daddy triple. But really the main money part of it is the driving. Gas is not cheap, bro. When you're paying for your gas to drive somewhere an hour away, I mean, that shit adds up. You go ride, 15 times in a month or something, you're going to be putting at least $600-700 in gas, at least, just for that 1 month of riding. I ain't even talking about in the bike. I'm talking about in your vehicle to drive to the track that's an hour away. That shit adds up, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you have a backyard track, or you're living at a compound, or you have a track that is 10, 15, 20 minutes away, it's a whole different animal. Whole different animal. So, just be a little careful the way you talk about that, because when tracks are far, you have no tracks that are closer to you than an hour away, period. It's money adds up on that shit, dog. I'm telling you, it adds up. Okay, so this, you can triple over that. We need to hit that, right? What's up, MLG? What's up, dog? Like, you're kind of wasting your breath telling me what doesn't cost and what does cost, because I've done it. I've already done it. I do it. I've already rode. I know I've done it. I know how much the shit cost. Like, I don't get it trying to explain it to you. I've already done it. I know how much shit is. Like, but, a lot of people are in a lot better situation, right? They either have a track a lot closer to them, whatever. Their parents are still helping them out a lot with that kind of thing. There's a lot of different things that go into it, right? But even with all that, even with me having a track, an hour away, whatever, I still could go ride, I don't know, solid like fucking 5-6 times a month or something, and it would still be, reasonable enough. I could still put that amount of money into the fuel and everything and still make it, right? So I could be riding that much for sure, but going and riding, really riding and racing, and oh my God, shit gets crazy, dog. Then you got race entry fees, and you got, it becomes a whole nother animal, right? Whole nother animal. And then you feel like you need to practice like 4 or 5 times a week. So imagine trying to drive to that track that's an hour away 4 or 5 times a week, and then go drive 3-4 hours every weekend to go race. Then go, shit's a lot easier when mommy and daddy's paying for it. It's a lot easier. I mean, you're putting everything in. If you're doing what I'm saying, if you're fronting the bill, you're doing it all yourself, you're going and racing, you're working a full-time job, and damn near every bit of that is going into it. That's just the way it is. That is just the way it is. Everything's going into it. You're probably living in your motorhome like all the time. I mean, this shit ain't cheap, bro. Shit is not cheap. And all these, like, parents that have paid for their kids to go down this road, whew. I mean, my dad, helped me out when I was younger, obviously. And he still put a lot in it. We didn't take it nowhere near to the level of what a lot of people take it to, right? Really racing hardcore, really going to Loretta's, oh my God, that they do not joke around when they say you're going to pay At least 100, 200 grand to really do that amateur motocross shit. At least. That is no joke either. Because you're buying the motorhome for that exactly. You add up all the gas over all those years, all the bikes, all the parts, all the gear, all the injuries and medical bills. We didn't even get into that sort of realm, right? You go down all those roads. If you added all that up, oh my word, oh my word. You better make it Eli Tomac level, or you will have a net negative out of that situation, period. You better make it big time, brother, or you're gonna be lost some money at the end of that thing. It's a cutthroat world, man, with motocross for sure. You get this track on mxbikesmods.com. You know, real life motocross and supercross pro racing, it is so cutthroat. Like, if you're not on that factory team and that top 5, top 10 in those 450, you know, main events and 450, you ain't hardly making anything. And if you are making a little bit, all of it's going right back into it. You're not really making anything. So there's that little triple right there. I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying give up on your dreams. You know, if you want to do that shit, do it. Don't think for a second I'm trying to tell you don't try to live out your dreams. I'm just saying you will pay the money to do it. No, not even a question iota doubt about it. You will pay the money to do it. A lot of money. You know? And I don't know. There's just a part of me that was so like, damn. And you've heard Ricky Carmichael talk about this shit. He you know, he about tears up every time he talks about how much his parents had put in. His dad quitting the job where he was at. All the money they put in. You know, he tears up about that shit. That's a big thing, you know, and that's with Ricky making it and being able to then support his parents and pay them back. Just imagine if you get all the way to the point where you're like just getting a factory ride. You know, you just won a Loretta's title, you just get a factory ride, then you have a gnarly career-ending injury, and then that's it. It's over. You paid all that money. Your parents dedicated their whole life, paid all that shit to do it, and then boom, you can't make another dollar off of it from an injury or a team cut you off and no factory team ever signed you again. That shit happens all the time. There is so many of these heartbreak stories with real life motocross. It's insane. Insane. So there was a part of me that was like, damn, dude, I don't know if I can live with that. You know, it puts a lot of like, you better make it type situation. You know, you get to a certain serious level, parents buy the motorhome, $200,000 into all the shit you've done with motocross. It's like, you better make it, son. You better make it, kid. Don't just make it a little bit. You got to make it big time. 450 class big dog, big time, if you really want to come out ahead. So that's a lot of pressure. I mean, oh my God, I got mad respect for any of them guys because that is a lot of pressure put on you as a kid. That shit is insane. So there was such a big part of me. I mean, I loved it, you know, wanted to do it, believed in the dream, had a lot of fun local racing, did a couple little like state series races and Loretta Lynn qualifier races, you know, just a couple of things like that. I have done a few of those. Done some arena cross races, you know, I've done a few of that kind of stuff, but that's kind of where it stopped for me. I didn't want to take it any further than that. You know, you kind of start to hit a pinnacle of, are you really, really going to go all in? Are you really, really going to dedicate $200,000, your whole life to the shit? I mean, whew, it starts getting insane, man. It starts getting insane. I got mad respect for them dudes doing it. So now, I can just chill and play motocross video games and go ride when I want to and have fun and go race when I want to in real life and do whatever. And I'm still making some decent money, having a good time, chilling out, no pressure. I don't know, man. You gotta choose things in life sometimes, and that's kind of one of those things. I chose a path, right? And a lot of that was I just fucking loved making custom tracks in these games. There was something about that shit to me. I love that shit. I swear to God, like, ever since I made tracks back in Excite Bike 64, woo, I was hooked on that shit. I was hooked on that, right? I geek out about, like, custom building tracks or like designing. I'm such a creative. Oh my God, it's insane. And you know, you boys probably seen that with the Galaxy tracks and the fucking all that, right? But that is me, dude, 100%. I've started to realize I'm more of a creative builder, right? But I've got a lot of competitive side to me too. I mean, holy shit, 10,000 plus hours in MX Simulator, obviously. I got that side in me too, but I love making stuff, like creating custom content. Fucking love that. But you know, there's people made it in real life motocross from Australia, Chad Reed. You know, there's a lot of people made it from other places. And, you know, it had to have been a lot harder making it from there. So there's ways to do it. Don't ever, you know, get it twisted. There's ways to make it, but oh my God, that is a road that you go down, you know. Every dollar you ever make is going to go back into it. So, you know, if you can accept that, if you can accept the, you know, randomness of one wreck could literally end your entire career, one little wreck could end the whole thing. You know, if you can accept all those things, go for it, man, you know. But you a lot of things you need to kind of realize up front, I feel. But there's a lot of in between, you know. You can have fun just going and riding. You can have fun going and whipping in real life. You can be a little Axel Hodges in real life. You do a lot of things. It's not racing, you know, not trying to be Eli Tomac in real life, right? There's a lot of other ways to enjoy motocross than that, or enduro or whatever, you know. So there's a lot of other avenues. There's a lot of other things you can do. But I just enjoy it. I mean, I just have fun with it. And so, but you've heard a lot of them guys talk, a lot of them pro dudes talk about the fun gets totally sucked out of it. By the time you're to the level of like Eli Tomac or Cincerillo or whatever, all that fun that you used to have riding, that ain't even really there anymore. It's just, you kind of become a robot. You just do it. You just ride every day, laps every day. It's a different animal, dog. It is a different animal. Than just going out there and throwing some whips, having some fun, you know, racing at the local track. It's a different animal. So that's just part of it. This is an interesting little track right here. This one doesn't have quite as fun of line, like rhythm lines in my opinion, but it has some bigger triples. See this right here where you just kind of let off to hit the double? Might be able to quad that right there in the middle. I'm not sure. Let's see. Still hit these whoops pretty wide ass open. Whoa. Getting a little big hoss in there, Spency boy. 2 back-to-back whoop sections here. Then we got this sand. This right here, you can hit a triple, but it's not really a big hoss in triple. Got this little section here. Okay. This, almost feel like you can go far outside here and then jump this all the way to that far lane. It's hard to hit that all the way from the inside, though. Calm down, kids. Calm down. We are on some of these 2020 replica tracks on MX Bikes right now. You can find them on mxbikesmods.com. Let's go to a different track here. We'll go to one of these other ones. I'll kind of show you what they look like, right? So server name, Spencer Turley, password, Turkey. Let me show you what they look like. This is what they look like on mxbikesmods.com. They're going to have these like real life track maps, right? They're all made by like the Big Smooth 3 or some shit. I can't remember his name exactly, but that's what these are. So let's try out Oakland here. I don't know. There's definitely just a, you know, like that sort of bend in the road, that Y in the road, that crossroads you get to with real life riding where it's like, okay, I'm just going to race, ride, have fun, throw whips, might go race a amateur race here and there, might go race a pro race here and there, whatever. But that's a very different, you know, it's kind of, you're either going to go 0 or 100 with real life motocross. At least that's the way I look at it. It's a 0 or 100 if you really want to make it and make money at it and actually be able to support, you know, your family and, you know, you got to look at it that way. Or it's you're going to go down a tough road. All them guys that have done it like 90% or 80%, spent everything they've ever made their entire life on the shit, and then now whatever their career ended or they whatever, and now they're sitting there with no money, lost all that money they put into it. You know, when you're in like a Tomac situation, you start making these big bucks from, you know, all these sponsorships and prize money and championship money and all this. You start kind of, you know, being able to reimburse all that money you put into it growing up and your parents put into it. Then you can support your parents. But, you know, if you're one of those kind of people that go through that whole process, then it gets to a point where then you didn't make enough to be able to give back to your parents, or you didn't make enough to be able to support your parents that put all that money into it. That's something I don't know if I could live with, you know? I don't know if I could live with that feeling myself. Okay. Oh, that is a big daddy jump. This is an interesting little rhythm. So these replica tracks here are... Sorry, I didn't mean to get off on a real-life ride and, rant spill there, but, you know, it's Spency Boy. You know what it is. So either way, back to the game here. So these Supercross tracks are... A lot of these big, smooth tracks are... they're like daytime, like a practice daytime vibe going on. So thought that was pretty interesting. Makes it a little different than some of the other Supercross tracks that are currently in the game. Damn, that's a jump. That's a jump, daddy. That's a fatty. Boys, become a dudeski today. We got memberships open. We got super chats open. I think I got like 8 or 9 members on my channel right now. I'm going to be doing a lot of cool stuff with that. You get invited to the Dudeski Roll in my Discord. I'm going to start doing some members-only videos. I'm going to do some cool little things. And it's just kind of a... When I go in there in Discord and I'm playing a certain game, or I'm on, you know, PUBG or Warzone, or I'm playing MXM or whatever, there's going to be a lot of times, once I get my membership number kind of built up a little bit, I'm going to be going in there and sending out invites just to the members of my channel, right? Just to the members. And I have a lot of the kind of buddies and some of the dudes that I played with already put in the members role in my Discord, so they're kind of included. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm doing it, you know? It allows me to separate you from everybody else a little bit, so you're going to have the chance to go in there and, you know, hang out, play some games in Discord with me, do some stuff like that. And yeah, kind of once you get to know me, then, you know, it's kind of turns into a lot more. But that's how you start to do that, is becoming a member on my channel. But you don't have to. It's all good. Don't think I'm trying to, you know, pressure you into it. But just a way for me to kind of give back to the people that are really trying to support me. So either way. Damn, we're hossing a little here. Okay. Are these gates collidable? Woo! Got a little lucky there. This is a wall that I keep jacking on here. Giggity. Okay. Let's go around here like so. So this track's interesting. It's kind of got a lot of simple jump rhythms. I think my favorite is that very first one was on. That one's got some big old rhythms. You know, look how easy this is, you know? It's just like a little on-off. And you get to here, and it's... this is the 2020 Oakland, if I'm not mistaken. That main triple's still pretty big. Damn. Yeah, we're on some of those 2020... whoa, this is a triple, and you got this little curved section here. Whoa. This rhythm right here has got this is the one section on this track. It's got a little bit of skill gap to it. I'm going to have to kind of figure that out a little bit there. Yeah, we're on some of the newer tracks that you get on mxbikesmods.com. Newer Supercross tracks. Triple here. See, that's a pretty simple little section right there as well. Not too difficult. This, man, I just don't know what to hit right there. Let me go back to the pit so it loads their bikes in. Oh, I appreciate you boys tuning in to the stream. We're back at it again. MX Bikes action. All right, I got to take a fat piss, BRB. We are on the, what the fuck, does it say somewhere? Yeah, we're on the Oakland 2020 track. You got to download it on mxbikesmods.com. Spencer Turley server, Turkey password. Hop up in here, boys. All right, boys, we back. Can see you guys are playing real sweet here, just giving me some nice hugs. It's all good. It's all good, all good. It is pretty cool looking at dudes riding in this game, like from the sitting on the side of the track. It's pretty cool. Oh man. All right. Go. Watch me get taken out right here in this corner. I just don't know what the... Man, that's a huck doing it. Yeah, you can definitely do it. Kind of rolling some of these corners up the inside. Whoa, overjumped shit out of that. Rolling these corners up the inside, I think is going to be the vibe here. It's going to be the wave here. All right. Let's see what we got. This wall is super tricky trying to, like, because it makes you want to double into it, but then you want to get on the brakes really hard. That's one of the most difficult sections in this game so far. What I've noticed is wall Supercross sections. For whatever reason, they are definitely big hoss, and obviously the bigger rhythms are, you know, tricky, but... What are the chances of a Lucas Oil MX game? I don't know. I've made multiple videos on that before. I won't go into too much of a spill on it, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess Milestone could do that. Potentially. But I don't really know about that, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Man, you got to be focused coming up to that section right there. Holy shit. Got to be focused, bro. Boys, I appreciate all the subscriptions, all you boys continuing to watch me. Oh my god. Been getting a lot of support since I started doing these streams. Alright. Let me fly off the track. Okay, okay. Let's jump this. Okay, now we're getting that triple a little more. Okay. Ooh. Boys, I'm just having fun playing MX bikes right now. Holy shit. Changing the camera mode to this kind of makes me feel like I'm playing like a MX versus ATV, like all out or alive type first person camera, but then kind of more on like a simulatory physics type feeling. It's an interesting little mixture, kind of mixture feeling it's got going here. Whoa. All right, I'm just not really feeling this track. It's just not very fun to me. Let's go to one of the more fun ones. Something about that track just, I don't know. A couple of those up. Which one? I don't think we've rode on this one yet. So this is a 2020 Anaheim 2 backyard, which means it's kind of outside. I don't think you had a stadium on this one. This game is not way harder than MX Simulator. Not even close. Let me just kind of give you an example here. Like, you know, if you go to a 17 Supercross track on MX Simulator, for instance, or any of the actual Supercross tracks that have real whoop sections on them, you know, real whoops, they don't really do it anymore because RF doesn't know how to make tracks. So, but they used to back in 2017 and some of the 14 tracks and stuff. I shit you not, it is going to take you months upon months upon months to even get through some of those whoop sections on MX Simulator. Like months of playing the game every single day. You know, it is not something you're just going to get right in there and get through a whoop section. Whereas this game, it is like that. There is no whoop skill gap. You can just get in there wide open through the whoops. This game has a lot. It's hard to explain it. It's not like full arcadey, obviously. It is still a simulator, but there is certainly some arcade-type elements to the physics of this game that just doesn't exist on MX Simulator, right? This is certainly way less of a barrier to entry. You know, MX Simulator, it's one of those things, it is hard to even get around a track when you first get into it. Literally cannot even hold the bike up for like quite a while, and then takes you years to get to the point where you're really getting around a Supercross track like this right here. I'm talking, this shit's going to take you years. Obviously, there's a lot easier. Some of the Supercross tracks on MX Simulator are way easier. Like if you go back to a 11 or 12 or whatever, yeah, you're going to be getting through that. But I mean, like some of the hardcore 17 Supercross tracks, hitting the big quad lines, going through those gnarly ass whoops on like 17 Oakland. You know, that shit takes you years of playing the game to be able to do that on MX Simulator, period. Whereas MX bikes, like I don't claim to be an MX bikes, you know, oh my God, I'm so good at the game or whatever, but like I can get around a track in this game. I can hit a whoop section wide ass open in third gear in this game. You know, it's just not the depth level of MX Simulator's physics. Like there is no limit to MX Simulator's physics, period. There's just not. There's no limit to it. It's got this bizarre feeling of absolutely endless skill gap. Whereas this has some skill gap for sure. Don't get me wrong about that. It's got some skill gap, but it feels a lot more like a person would master this and, you know, maximize their speed in this a lot quicker than you would be able to do that on MX Simulator, right? Like I feel like a person could, you know, become, you know, top 5 pro level in a game like this a lot quicker than you could become top 5 pro level on MX Simulator, like in the 450 class, right? And they can update this game to a point where it does make it more like MX Simulator's skill gap depth, right? And does make the whoops more difficult, and does make, whoops, thought that jump was bigger, my bad, and does make the roughness more skill gapped, you know? They can do that. They can still make this game into that, right? But at its current point, to me, when you compare it to MX Simulator, it certainly does. It feels like you took MX Simulator and then just injected some more, like some of it, more of an arcadey feeling into it, which some people prefer that. Some people like that feeling. And it certainly gives it an interesting, different kind of feeling. You know, I'm not trying to hate on the feeling of it, but it's not the 100% completed developed simulator of what MX Simulator is, which hence it's still in beta. You know, they still are working on the physics of this game. You know, JLV is not really going to make any more big changes to the physics of MX Simulator. He's not really going to do that. And he doesn't really need to do that. It's, dog, I don't know how you could really make the physics of MX Simulator any better than what it is. I really don't. I don't know how you could even do that at this point. It is so insane how good MX Simulator's physics really are when you start getting to a top level in that game. What I mean by top level is like specifically top 5 or better RF 450 level, North American RF 450 level, right? It's just, oh my God. When you get to that point in that game, it is insane how that gets. So deep skill gap. So deep. Like, so I guess that's what I'm saying. I think when a lot more people start getting into MX bikes and start playing MX bikes a lot, you're going to have a lot more people that are at a higher level in MX bikes than you're going to have on MX Simulator, right? There's going to be 2 or 3 times as many people at that whatever top 5 percentile of the community, or that pro level of the community. You know, I just feel like you're going to have more people that get to that level on MX bikes than people that have gotten to that level on MX Simulator, you know? So, we'll see. These are some fun little whip jumps, dude. Yeah, like you literally can't even go straight. You can't even go straight in MX Simulator for like fucking 3-4 days of playing the game. Then it's, you can't go through a single corner without falling over for another 3 or 4 days. And then you're singling every single jump for another 3 or 4 days. Then you get to a point where you can just get around a Supercross track like 2-3 weeks into it, not really hitting any jumps, just getting around it without crashing, right? Then you start where you can actually try to get on the gas and double into something. And that takes you like another 2-3 weeks. This is on easy Supercross tracks on MX Simulator. I'm not even talking about getting into like some of the more difficult 17 Supercross tracks and stuff. I'm talking about on the easy ones, like the stock 13 Supercross tracks of MX Simulator, right? Then you spend another week just trying to double everything and then just get through the whoops, like, period. Takes another month to another, you know what I mean? So it's like every level you go through, every stage you go through on MX Simulator seems to take 2 or 3 times as long as it would on MX bikes. That's kind of one thing I've noticed. And yes, I understand. Once you learn a simulator like MX Simulator, obviously MX Bikes is going to be easier. I understand that. But even still, with that in mind, I still say that, right? If I wasn't taking that into account, I would say MX Simulator is like 4 or 5 times as difficult as MX Bikes. But I'm taking that into account, so it's, you know, I'm trying to like think of it as if I had never played a simulator before and then gotten into MX Bikes, versus how never playing a simulator before and getting into MX Simulator would be. I still would say MX Simulator is 2 or 3 times as difficult to get into and get fast in the game and play as MX Bikes. And, but they definitely have different, like, gravitational pull feeling. They have different physics feelings to them. Going from MX bikes to MX Simulator, they certainly do have interesting different, some people prefer one over the other. But what I will say about MX Simulator is I think a lot of people get into that game and then they don't even know what they're missing. Right? Because they never make it to a level because it takes so fucking long to even get to a certain level on MX Simulator and get your bike to a certain point and get your bike set up for your speed level that you've worked up over literally years of playing the game. I feel like so many people don't even like know what they're missing on MX Simulator because they haven't even gotten to a certain point. I would even go as far as to say, if your best finish in MX Simulator, just because you've made it to a pro level on MX Simulator, doesn't mean a goddamn thing. I'm just going to tell you that right now. There is such a big difference between just getting to the pro level on MX Simulator and getting to a top 5 RF 450 North American pro level on MX Simulator. That is like, the difference in those two things is insane. Just because you can say you're a pro or you have your pro card on MX Simulator is not really even saying anything, dog. It's not. I have a lot of these guys that'll come up to me and they'll say, well, I fully understand MX Simulator's physics and their best finish is like a 10th in a 250 European race on MX. It was like, dog, you're not even really understanding it, brother. Like, there was just such a big difference to, having to hit the quad lines on the 17 tracks on a 450 and the big lines out of every corner and the speed of the 450. And there's just a lot more to it when you get going from that like 5 percentile range to that 1 percentile range of riders in the game. It's a whole, that's what I mean by how MX Simulator's physics and skill gap is so endless that a lot of times you think you understand the game, you think you know how the physics are, you think you know what's going on when you really don't. Because there's always another level. There's always another, point you can reach in MX Simulator. And I'm not saying that, I can't get faster in MX bikes. Obviously, I can. I have like fucking 80 hours into this game. Right? I'm not saying I've like reached my pinnacle on MX bikes. I'm not even like trying to say that, but what I'm saying is like, I feel like I could, really hammer down, put the time into MX bikes and put like, I would say a total of like 300-400 hours into MX bikes and I would be pretty fucking big hossing in this game. Like I could run with some of the fastest dudes in this game putting 300 or 400 hours into it. Whereas MX Simulator, you're going to have to put in 3,000 or 4,000 hours into it if you want to start running with the big dogs in the game, right? So that's kind of the difference. But, Yeah, what is my thoughts on Ken Roczen coming back to racing in 2021? I was kind of shocked by his decision to not race outdoors. Kind of thought he was going to do that. So, yeah. And by the way, dudes, I'm just chill riding right now. I mean, this is like just chill riding. If I was sitting down listening to music trying to actually ride on this track, I'd be going twice as fast and not wrecking like at all. But we're just chilling, talking, live streaming, playing around, riding on the track, having some fun. So don't take my riding too seriously here. So yeah, and that's the thing with MX Simulator. You start learning a certain track, you get real focused. It's a whole thing you get into with that. So that changes things a lot with simulators. How focused you are. If you're talking or not talking, if you're trying to live stream while you're doing it. It's like there's a lot of things that goes into that. I need to start going a little slower over that triple. I keep trying to over jump it. So yeah. I don't know. Like, to me, MX Simulator's physics system, the deeper you get into it, it's like you start to realize how perfect it really is. You start to realize how much it really is like a real-life dirt bike, right? And there's just so many levels to this shit, dude. So many levels. And, MX bikes can get to that point at some point. Well, it'll be interesting to see how this game gets updated in the next 2 or 3 years, right? But, so it could get sort of to that same kind of vibe point, but I don't know. Okay, let's go to another track here, boys. We're on some of these newer 2020 custom Supercross tracks that you can get on mxbikesmods.com, and we're big vibing. I wanted to go back to that first one we were on, the Tampa. Let me see what else I have in here. Yeah, let's go to Tampa. Dog, that track is a lot of fun. That one's got some really nice, like every rhythm feels like you got to be on the gas to hit the first jump, to actually hit the rhythm. I fucking love that. I love when a Supercross track, you know, you got to like string together like a quad and then hit a corner and then carry that speed to hit the next triple in. Then you got to carry all that speed to hit the next triple in versus like, you know, hitting a double in. You're kind of forced to hit a double in because the third jump's too tall. And then it's like, you know, then you come around the next section, it's like one little like 30-foot double. Or it's like one little on-off tabletop. You know, I like when the Supercross tracks have a lot of where you have to string together the whole lap to even ride on the track. God dang, string popping up. I got 50 dudes in here again. Shit. What's up, boys? God dang. Big Haw status. Big T dripping. 50 is the most I've ever gotten in a stream, and we're about there again here. So if we get to 60 in this stream, that'll be the most. Okay. We out here in the pits. We're getting on the track right now. 51 dude skis. That may be the most I've ever gotten. I can't remember. I know we got to 50. I can't remember if we got any more than 50, though. So we got this cool-ass transfer jump right here. Quad, I think. Oh. Boys, I appreciate all the super chats. We're making music out here. All the super chats. I appreciate all the memberships. Boys have been popping off on that. All the support in general for these streams. Like, god dang. These MX bike streams, people love this shit, dude. Now that I got this in this camera mode like this, you can kind of see what the fuck I'm doing a little bit on the bike now. See that right there? How you had to string that quad before and then hit that triple in there. I love that shit. This is the kind of stuff I can sit down and just play for like literal months and months upon months. And then this corner right here, really hard to get this triple in. And then the next rhythm, another one. Another one, you know what I mean? DJ Khaled, another one. You got another triple into the table there. All those, every single rhythm on this track, you got to be on the gas if you want to hit the big rhythm. Straight up. You got to be getting the momentum, carrying the momentum on the gas, you know? We're on 2020 Tampa, Spencer Turley server, turkey password, hop up in here, boys. Okay. See what we got. Oh. Then this little sand section's got a triple in the middle of that. You know, to me, like, Supercross inherently should have rhythms where it feels difficult to jump. You know what I mean? That's the whole separator. So that's kind of the whole thing with Supercross, you know? You want those jump rhythms to be separating. That's what separates the, you know, the big hosses from the little dogs, right? That's what separates you. And that's what separates you on MX Simulator, you know? If you take somebody that knows how to ride on a, like, 17-style Supercross track on MX Simulator and you're like an amateur, you're not even going to be able to hold a light to those dudes because they're going to hit all the big lines. They're going to run away from you in like 2 laps. I just love when there's that level of separation on the track obstacles, you know? Fucking love when it gets like that. I can't stand when some of these newer RF tracks get such simple rhythms to the point to where literally everybody in their grandmother 250 class or not is hitting the same fucking line. Because they make it too easy. They make the triple ins too small where everybody's hitting them every lap. So that's been a little bit of a frustrating thing, right? if you want to kind of see the difference that I'm talking about, go to the 2020 Vegas track, which has an awesome-ass rhythm section on that. Scaling's proper, got an awesome-ass Big Daddy quad double, I think it's even like a double quad rhythm down one of the sections. Like, go to that and then compare that to, like, the 2020 Anaheim 1 RF track or something, right? And you'll see the difference that I'm talking about. Like, I think there should be a line on every single one of these pro Supercross tracks that a 250 just literally cannot hit. At least one on every single one of these tracks. If it's to the point where there is not a single rhythm that the 450s are hitting any differently than the 250s, you got a problem, dog. You got a Big Daddy problem. Holy shit. You know, and there's even sometimes you can make it where a 250 can hit a quad every once in a while. That's okay. Why the fuck am I popping off like that? Constantly, brother. That's okay, right? But you just never want it to be where it's so basic. And I think that's what happens, right? They get too involved into making the one-to-one scaling shit, and it just makes it to where it just kills all the actual rhythm skill gap difficulty, right? Even that quad right there, like, that's not super difficult to hit. You don't have to really huck the bike to hit it, but it's enough to where it makes you think, you know, it makes your brain fire like, oh man, I know I got to be on the gas to hit this, versus just going around the track with your eyes closed and your brain just shuts off on every single rhythm, right? Even this triple right here, you got to think. You can almost quad that. Holy shit. Let's try to quad that next lap. You know, you got to think a little bit. That's what Supercross is all about. Yeah, you got to get the bike pack, the 2020 OEM bike pack to even load into here, I'm pretty sure. I think that's like required for all the MX Bikes online servers. So, yeah, be sure you have that before you try to get in here. Holy shit, let's just wheelie up the finish line. Get the fuck out of the track, boy. We'll go back to the pits here so it loads the loads all those bikes in. Okay. This track's a lot of fun, though. You see the difference in this track and a lot of those other ones we were just riding on? This is what I call, like, proper skill gap Supercross rhythms on a track. You know, whereas some of those other ones are kind of lacking in that category a little bit, in my opinion. And that was the thing, like, with the MX Simulator tracks from like 17 or 14 or 15 even, it seemed like almost every single one of those tracks had that kind of jump rhythm skill gap that you would have expected. Every single one of them had it. You know, that every single one of them had some line that was a 450 only line. You could not hit it on a 250. I mean, they just, oh my God. They used to have that jump skill balance to their tracks in RF so good back in the day. It was insane. And they've just kind of lost that with Erode and everything they've been doing now. I don't know. It's just changed. It's definitely changed in that sort of aspect. But yeah, I mean, these whoops are like nothing. Literally nothing. I mean, I'm third tapped. Bike is not even thinking about getting out of shape. Like, and I don't even know if making bigger whoops on this would even help making the whoops more difficult. Like, I don't even know if it would. I almost think it's like a physics thing more than it is a the whoops are too small type thing, right? I think so. Yeah, dude said MX Bikes is 10 times easier than MX Simulator. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier. I don't know if I'd go that far to say 10 times, but it is certainly easier. Like, some of these guys that are saying MX Bikes is like a more difficult game to get into, or it's got like, you know, deeper physics or whatever the fuck you try to, you know, whatever you're trying to say. I think the only way you could have that opinion is if you haven't really played MX Simulator to the point to fully understand its you know, top level physics filling. When you really get into that game, you got 10,000 plus hours into the game. It is this endless fucking... you can't even explain MX Simulator when you get to that point on it. You can't even explain... It doesn't even seem real. I mean, that's how good MX Simulator's physics really are when you get to that point. It does not even seem real. It's like, how the fuck did somebody actually make this good? How did they do it? It don't make sense. But it's kind of how that gets. And I'm not saying, you know, you've gotten a 10th place in a European 250 race and now, oh, well, okay, you played it enough to understand MX Simulator's physics. No. I'm talking about top 5 RF 450 North American pro level, okay? That's the kind of level I'm talking about. If you're at that level, then yeah, you can start saying you understand MX Simulator, but you got to be careful when you haven't even like gotten to that point. You got to be a little careful with that. I know, especially back in the day before they started doing all the road stuff, like even if you're just in the 250 class, you did not understand, you know, what the game's feeling could be like in the 450 class with all the bigger quad lines, hitting the whoops on a whole nother level of speed on the 450. I mean, it was a whole nother animal. It was a whole nother thing. Whereas like if you were in the 250 class, you didn't even have to hit the quads. They didn't even really exist in the 250 class. So you could see somebody that has never really gotten to that top level in the 450 class, especially back in 17, they wouldn't have fully understood what the jump skill gap was in the game in the 450 Pro class, what the, you know, true full-blown speed skill gap was in the game. It's just it was a whole different animal back then. So that's why I say things like, if you haven't made it to the top five level in the RF 450 Pro North American class, you know, you got to kind of calm down a little bit if you're acting like you fully understand MX Simulator, right? I'm not saying you don't understand it to a certain extent, because you definitely do, but there's just a point there that you reach where it turns into a whole nother animal. Oh my God, let's try to avoid this guy. That's not happening. That's not happening. What's up, boys? We're just doing a little MX Bikes live stream, chilling on some Supercross, having a good old time. Now I'm stuck here again. All right, let's go to that one. Let's go to the cool actual in-stadium one, right? So let's host this bad boy. Turkey gobble gobble action. Let's go to this one, the St. Louis one. So this one looks like this on mxbikesmods.com. It's got this cool picture of the actual track versus just like track map pictures. And it's actually, you know, nighttime, like in the stadium, right? This is a fun one. Whoever made this track right here needs to be the, you know, full-blown pro track maker for MX Bikes for sure. All right. But yeah, some of you dudes that are wanting to become a member of the channel, it's basically just like Twitch subscriptions would be. Literally the same price, same everything, right? All you got to do is hit the join button. I don't think it lets you do that on mobile, so you got to be on an actual PC, but it'll show a join button, and then you can click on that. You see all the perks you get. So that's kind of how that works. Syncing for infinity. All right, we're getting on the, and even the stadium of this track, look at this shit, dog. Even the stadium of this one is like straight big hoss status. Big hoss status, dude. But look at this. I don't even know if this is technically nighttime or whatever. It's just got the top on the stadium, right? So it doesn't look like a daytime practice vibe. And maybe if you run an actual race on those other ones, it goes to nighttime, kind of like it would in the official Supercross game. I'm not really sure. But, so you can DM me on Instagram at Spencer Turley, no spaces and no capital letters, if you want to get in my Discord, but it's going to take me some time to get to everybody. But I prioritize that, all the members that I get, right, the actual Dude Ski members on my YouTube channel, I'll literally get you in my Discord like right after this live stream. I'll get you in the Dude Ski role in the Discord. So that's kind of how I prioritize it a little bit. Yes, if you don't become a member of my channel, I'll still eventually get you in my Discord, but it might take me a little longer. But I will get to that soon. Got the, man, this track feels easy now after we was on that one before. That one before definitely had a bit of a bigger scaling vibe to it. This one's a little more one-to-one scaling. This is a lot easier right here. So I would actually, I said this dude that made this track needs to be the track maker. Yes, but also I think this needs to be kind of combined. Like this sort of track design combined with the track that we were on before, I think would make a more proper skill gap scaling to it. For sure. But like even if you went in here and made these whoops bigger, I just don't know. Wow, that is the first time in my entire life I've actually wrecked on a whoop section because I was trying to talk and I turned a little, like micro turned a little bit. Oh my God, I actually wrecked in a whoop section in this game. It's insane. I'm telling you, dude, it never happens. That is a like once in a million right there. Let me pop off here. So you download all the tracks and the skins and all and the bike mods and all that on mxbikesmods.com. That's kind of where I've been going. Yeah, you can go on the MX Bikes forums too, but it's all laid out a little better on the MX Bikes mods shit. I think there's actually a bigger rhythm on this. If I hit the outside at the start, we're hitting kind of the standard ass line there. Let's see here. Oh, one of those tough blocks were collidable. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Pulling the tear off in the corner. Just a big daddy, big hoss, tea dripping, tea sipping. Woo! Okay. So it does have this skill gappy triple in here, but that's about it. And then you could you can duck to the inside before that, which can be a little tricky. But pretty much everywhere else is quite a bit more simple. Oh, shit. I don't know if I'm going to go to any motocross tracks in this stream. Possibly, but I'm just trying to vibe on some of the Supercross for this one. Whoa, Smithy boy. Okay, so you can go to the outside here, right? Kind of jump to here. Then it just got a triple here and a triple here. So that's the alternate line there, right? Yeah. And go here. Can you triple in? Yeah, you can triple in there too, but I don't think that's going to be worth it because the double after it is so, like, peaked. You're going to lose all your momentum there, right? I don't think. I keep getting sketched out because I think I have this idea in my head that these tough blocks are collidable like these standard literal, oh my God, literal center block tough blocks of the standard default, Poboso tracks in the game. It definitely makes me a little gun shy when I get close to these tough blocks, even though these aren't collidable. It definitely makes me a little gun shy. I don't think hitting the outside here is really... I don't know. Maybe that is better. I don't know. Can't really decide, because you do kind of skip the first double, I guess, a little bit, but you're having to go outside, so there's a balance. There is a balance to it. But yeah, that track was on before this one's got a lot more skill gap than this track has for sure. Like that track was on before has some of the most skill gapped rhythms in the entire game from what I've found so far. This one's a little bit more like 1-to-1 scale, a little bit easier to hit. This is kind of more like a 250 track, I would think, in my head, right? Yeah, they got those whoops really close out of that, coming out of that corner to where it kind of makes it a little bit tricky there. Keep over jumping that for some reason. Okay. Whoa. It is trying to learn the going up the inside there. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to start making tracks for this game or if I'm going to start making tracks for this game. I'm kind of waiting on Poboso to come out with more of a, like, normal track editor. It's just like, see this shirt editor, track not clear bullshit? That's what I'm talking about with that, trying to respawn. But Poboso having the whole, I don't know. It's just, if they make more of a simple to use MX simulator style track editor, I would definitely start getting into it, but it just seems weird in this game. The track editor seemed kind of weird in this game to me. It's not just like built into the game. It's kind of a side thing. I don't know. So we'll see one day. We'll see one day. Okay. All right, I'm going to go get me some tea real quick. We're on the 2020 St. Louis. So you can go download that on mxbikesmods.com. Be back in a jiffy. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 the mistletoe. Nothing like getting a good old new cup of tea. Tell you what, Day. But yeah, I'm having fun on MX bikes right now, like holy Toledo. It's just fun to have that, like, other simulator, you know. The physics are finally getting to a point in this game. It's not just so annoying to me to play, right? Finally getting to like a playable point, in my opinion. Not saying the physics are like fully complete or like, oh my god, just, you know, it's just so amazing and Poboso never has to do anything to it now. That is not what I'm saying, but I'm certainly saying it's more playable now than it was like a year or two ago. And that's kind of what you've been seeing, you know. You've been seeing a lot more people playing MX bikes over the past 2 years than they did previously, or even over the past year. A lot more people. You know, I'm hearing people left and right telling me they going from MX Sim to MX bikes. You know, I'm seeing a ton of my buddies on Steam playing MX bikes, like, all the time. Man, this game's popularity is definitely, with all the bullshit going on in MX Simulator right now, with the key sharing, hacking, erode, all that shit RF's doing, all that stuff, it's kind of a perfect storm for MX bikes right now, because MX bikes is kind of starting to go up and up and up. You know, making their physics better, getting more popular, getting on Steam. So you're kind of starting to see this interesting shit. We got a little race going here, boys. Got this little interesting, you know, thing happening where MX Bikes is taking a lot of these dudes from MX Simulator right now. So that's interesting. All right, let's see if we can catch this dude right here. We got a guy right beside. Nice track re-entry, big dog. The fuck? Get the fuck off the track. yeah, we could have predicted that one. So if there would have been collidable tough blocks, he couldn't even have done that right there, but it's kind of what he did. He was able to just hit the gas from off the track, right? Oh no, I'm getting stream sniped, mommy. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Oh shit. This ain't even close to when we had like 30 dudes. We literally had like 30, 40 dudes on one of these motocross tracks. Shit got insane, dog. Can you jump? Let's see. Can you huck this all the way? I do not even know. So that's one little thing I noticed that was a little bit different about MX Bikes and MX Sim. It's like MX Sim, and if you guys saw that live stream where we were trying to hit that crazy-ass jump backwards on the enduro track, like wide open, we were like trying to hit this crazy transfer from off the track type deal, and the bikes just kept, spazzing out because it was like such a harsh peak of a jump face to be hitting. I certainly think MX Bikes' physics system is not quite developed enough in that category when the suspension hits some really super hardcore, almost like a janky level peaked out jump. It's like if you hit it at a certain speed, you're just dead. You're just dead. And I'm not saying it's not like that to a certain extent on MX Sim, because it is, but I don't think it's as much like that on MX Simulator, It's like the physics of MX Simulator can handle more harshly peaked out shit without just spazzing the physics out, right? So that's kind of another just little thing I've noticed with the differences between the two, which kind of can give you the thought process of like MX Bikes is a little more made for motocross than it is Supercross, at least in the current point. The physics feel like they're just made for motocross a little more. The cornering feels pretty good, but then when you start jumping, start hitting all these abrupt jump faces, that's kind of where you start to notice some of the some of the little downfalls of the physics of the game a little bit. So we'll see how they update that in the future. But damn, you can about quad that. Holy shit. Can we quad that? Let's see if we can do it. We're about to hit some big daddy rhythms here. Oh my God. I think that's like a quad in over the table. Then that's going to open it up to potentially hit another quad. Got to be careful here because there's a magical collidable tough block in and amongst all the non-collidable ones. Then I hit the one. Yeah, I mean, you certainly want some of the, like, when you hit the craziest of the craziest peaks, like it would in real life, it would cause you to like kind of do a backflip or a 360 or pop off the bike. You want that to a certain extent. I'm not trying to like question that. But what my point is like with MX Bikes, I feel like it does it still a little too much. Still has a little too much of that kind of feeling, When you hit some peaked out thing really, really fast, it's just a little too much still, in my opinion, than it should be. But that's just to each their own, Everybody's got their own opinion on physics of simulators, so we'll see. Let's see. Damn, that's going to be tough. There's not a whole lot of a lip on that triple there. Just don't know how feasible that's going to be to hit that. The quad part of that, anyways. Okay. Whoa, Spency boy. Whoa, it's magic. Okay. Got her. Yes, sir. Big trust. Got her. All right. Big vibing. There we go off the track. Tell you what, though, that... Okay. I know one thing about MX Bikes, it certainly has more of that bouncy feeling to it when you have the lock to the bike camera mode on, for sure. So you might want to look into that. Because ever since I've hit it to where it's not locked to the bike, it just, I don't know. It's crazy. You would have thought it changed the physics of the game. Even though it's just a camera change, you would have thought it's literally changed the physics of the game for how much better you can overjump something, underjump something, whip the bike. I mean, it's crazy how much changing that camera setting really does to this game. I can't believe it. It's mind-baffling. I'm actually pretty shocked by it, to be honest. But you can get the big vibing on this track, like, oh man. Okay, triple here, double there. All right, like just the amount of speed you could carry through here, I could be carrying a lot more speed through some of those areas for sure. What's up, boys? Just tuning in the stream. We're just chilling, playing some MX bikes, having a good old time. I will be doing some MX Simulator custom track building live streams soon, so, you know, be looking out for that. We will be doing some more of that. I know I showed off some of the tracks I was working on in one of those streams before, so we'll go in there and play around on that as well. I love making me some tracks on MX Sim. I'm doing a lot of things behind the scenes right now, though, with like a lot of my older tracks. I'm trying to get them in a track pack. I'm trying to optimize them, make better links for them, change the names a little bit so it's easier to spot in game. I'm doing a lot of things with a lot of my older tracks, so that's why you haven't been seeing me, you know, releasing a lot of new custom tracks on MX Simulator right now. All right, I know this is technically supposed to be a Supercross stream here, but fuck it. We're going to Unadilla. I want to throw some whips. We are going to the Unadilla 2020. Or shit, I don't know if it's 2020, but... Okay. Whatever this one is, I'll show it to you. It is... this one right here. This is what it looks like. By the Fat Controller on mxbikesmods.com. This is the one we're on. All right. I want to go throw some whips, dog. So we pretty much rode on all the newer Supercross tracks in the game, so... or like newer in-stadium replica Supercross tracks, right? What do you think Barsha is going to ride for next year? Who do you think Barsha is going to ride for next year? I don't know. So I guess his deal's off with Yamaha, apparently. I guess. If he wins an outdoor race, like wins an overall, I bet they re-sign him. Like make some kind of deal to re-sign him or some shit. Gas. Yeah, what the fuck's going on with gas, dog? Oh, man. That's kind of cracking me up a little bit, right? We got Husqvarna came back, and then Gas coming back. Gas takes over Suzuki. Gas replaces Suzuki. Yeah. Watch that shit go down, dog. Way out here on the Unadillers. But yeah, right away, like you can just tell the physics are more made for motocross in this game. Right away. I mean, it is not even a question. Kind of reminds me of how, like, you know, Milestone's physics have always felt better, like, on the ground and in the corners than they have, like, on Supercross and in the air, at least for the longest time they did. You know, kind of somewhat similar to that in a way, because it's interesting with these motocross games because you have two elements to the physics of the game, right? You have the ground, turning, cornering, roughness, all those kind of, you know, systems to it. Then you got the whole other side of it, which is once you actually leave the ground. So then you have gravitational pull, you have jumping, you have peaked out jumps, hucking, seat bouncing. That's like a whole nother side of it. Then you got to find a way to combine those two things where they feel like natural together and normal together. So it's pretty interesting when you realize some of the games that have done that really properly, like Reflex and MX Simulator and shit. And then you can see the ones that have had more of one or the other, you know. Yeah, turn that lock to the bike off in this game. Thank me later. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for bluffing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we got a double right here. Ooh, get a little peppy, boy. This little Honda 450 about got away from me there, boys. It's so funny looking at the bike in this camera because it looks like it's about to, you know, your front end's like boner rear, about to just rear up and leave you, and then you can bring it back around. It's kind of funny. Oh, whoa. Boys, we got memberships, we got super chats. I appreciate all you boys that have supported me with that, with these streams. Means a lot to me now that I just, just started getting into the streaming. Like, let's just say I started streaming, right? And I got like no members on the channel and nobody sent a super chat. It certainly would have made me feel like, man, is this streaming thing really, I love to stream, don't get me wrong, but that alone, like how much more I'm making from doing it, just from the few super chats and the few memberships I've gotten, is like, holy shit, this shit is popping off. Comparative to just doing YouTube videos, right? It's a very different thing. Yeah, this track's pretty smooth, though. Still a fun track, but definitely smooth. They could have got away with doing, like, double or triple the amount of roughness on this track than they did. Whoa. We're trying to learn how to whip here. We're trying to throw it a little saucy. Throw it a little saucy. I see you boys in chat. Don't worry. I'm just trying to focus up on the game here a little. What's up, Sniper? What's up, buddy? Yeah, there's probably a lot of you boys that have not even seen one of my streams yet because YouTube gets all goofy if you don't have the notifications on, like all notifications turned on. So YouTube could have literally just not even sent you any of my streams in the past and then sent you this one, That's how it works. It's very random when you don't have all notifications turned on for a channel. You get like 1/4 or 1/5 of their content actually sent to you. It's kind of crazy. Shit, why am I think I'm hitting that too hard. Kind of what's causing that. So I turned the 3D grass off, which is where the grass is actually like sticking up, right? You can see it's not really sticking up out of the ground now. I'm hoping that's going to help with the that grain effect on YouTube, right? I think that was hurting my case there a little bit. Yeah, Scooty's a big hoss. He's the home dog. He's the big hog home dog, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Dog, me and Scooty, like, in real life, oh my God, could you imagine? Holy shit. Put both of us together, oh my God. That'd be some galaxy big hoss, big dog, big hog. They couldn't even handle it. I'm telling you, dude. Okay, so we got this little double. Okay, wide-ass open section here. All right. Got that 450 tapped. One thing I love about Scooty, he just lets that shit fly. Like, he don't give a shit. You know what I mean? He's going to be however the fuck he wants to be. He's being exactly who he is. He ain't sugarcoating. He ain't bullshitting, right? You gotta respect that shit. I love these content creators that you can tell they're being their self, right? Because it's just so obvious when they're being their self because they're not like anybody else. They're being one of a kind. They're not trying to sugarcoat or be monotoned or whatever the fuck. They're just letting it go. They're saying whatever, right? Oh my God, let me get clapped. Dude, like, whip my ass. But yeah. Yeah, I like that. All right. So I was trying to go to the pits here to load the bikes in. We are on, I know this says Supercross stream, but we rode a bunch of Supercross, so I'm trying to throw some whips on this Unadilla track here. We're on Spencer Turley server, turkey password. So hop up in here. Dudes and dude skis. We can practice our wheelies. Okay, just got to make sure we get on the brakes quick enough here. Okay. It's a nice little plot. Nice little wheelie practice plot. Ah! Fuck. I think there's a better spot I can do this at, though. Even like, damn, even right here is pretty good. Got a little bit of a... Okay, yeah, you can tell the difference in the traction there because on the concrete it just raised up without me even having to lean, and it didn't do that on the dirt, so that's pretty cool. Dude, this looks like I'm going so fast. Look at this. Looks like I'm flying on this track when in reality I just changed the camera mode. Look at this shit. Cracks me up how much faster it makes you look with this camera. I can't get over it. Cannot get over it. Look at this. It's just so crazy. Looks like I'm like fucking tossing it, scrubbing the shit out of these jumps, and like I'm literally just changed the camera mode. That's it. Got a super chat from Flavors Boy. He says, "Get off the game. The kids are in the kids in the basement are getting wild." I appreciate the super chat, Doug. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's try to get on the gas here a little bit. So yeah, you definitely want your first-person camera to be not locked to the bike. Big tips. Big tips. I just cannot believe it's like that in this game, though, to be honest. Like, look at this. Oh, my God. Holy shit. You know what that looked like right there? That, dude, give me a yeehaw in the chat for that one. Holy shit. That literally looked like Justin Barcia at that, like, what was that track? You guys remember back in, like, fucking 2010 or 9 when he was throwing those fat-ass whips on that CR250 four-stroke? Where the fuck track? I know some of you boys know what track I'm talking about. Had the GoPro on, he whipped it all the way sideways, looked over, like, holy shit. That's what that reminded me of. God damn, we're whipping her over now, boys. Holy shit. That was big hossing. That was pretty big hossing right there. That's the biggest whip I've ever done in this game thus far, hands down. Not even a question. Big T sipping, Big T dripping. Woo! The thing is, with the camera setting, I had to go in there and figure that out myself, right? You know, if I would have just listened to a lot of these guys trying to tell me to change my camera setting, it wouldn't, you know, I found specifically that I personally like not locked to the bike, but the first-person camera setting, right? There's two of them. There's this one, then there's this one. Then you have the option to check whether you want it locked on the bike or not locked to the bike. Then you have the whole other side, which is the field of view and tilt and pitch, which is different depending on which first-person camera you're in and if you have it locked to the bike or not. All that stuff changes everything. So that was kind of my point with saying, like, dog, I'll figure out the first-person settings myself. Just give me a minute. You know, that was kind of the point to it, was I was trying to say, give me a second to just get into the game and play the game with the default camera for a minute. Then I'll go in there and start changing around and figuring it out. And that's what I did here. Flavors Boy with another $5, and I'm not reading that message off. Good try, though. You can keep on sending me money if you want to, but no, I'm not going to read that one off. Okay, holy shit, the hills are alive. Fuck is this out here? We're like Windows XP? Like, what is this? This is a good place to practice the wheelies. Gotta lift up a little out here on that. This is a terrible place to ride wheelies, to be honest. Terrible place. Okay. Yeah. The hills are alive. The hills are alive. Bring ding ding ding, the hills are alive. Bring ding 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 ding. Holy shit. It's crazy ass dude in chat with these super chats. Dog, you can keep on sending me money. I mean, I'm not going to stop you from doing that, but I will not read your messages off. Okay. Dude's like sitting there with like 50 bucks. He's like, okay, let's try to separate out these donations, right? Let's see if we can get Spencer to say something he shouldn't say. Okay, let's keep trying. Let's keep trying. Whoa, whoa, Spency boy. Damn, dog. Whoa, we hit the end of the map. Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm literally in another dimension. We have now shifted to Windows 7. Shit's insane. No, actually, this is Windows 10 when it first came out. It's crazy. Yeah, you might want to be a little careful there, Flavors Boy. YouTube might totally ban your account for saying stuff like that. I don't know. Don't know, but you can keep on sending me money. I'm all good with that, brother. All right. Yeah, isn't that an ironic, like, positive from a negative right there, right? You get these guys that, like, think they're going to get you to read off a donation or a message, right, that you shouldn't say, so then they send you money. It's like, dog, I don't have to read off your message. Like, I don't know, you know, cracks me up. So then I've just made money off of someone thinking I'm going to read their message off, and I don't, right? I read his first message because that really wasn't that big of a deal. That wasn't that bad, right? But then he gets a little more insane with it, so not going to be reading those off today, buddy. Okay. Oof. Dude, you can go fast right through there. Oh, my God. What's up, boys? Just tuning in. We're just vibing, dude. We're just vibing. Just trying to throw some whips. Yeah, I'd imagine the irony of thinking you're going to get somebody to read some insane message off that no streamer or YouTuber would ever read off, right? Imagine the irony of thinking you're going to get them to read that off, and then you waste like $10 on trying to get them to do it. Imagine the irony in that. Okay. Whoa. I mean, I don't know how that doesn't just go without saying, or that's not like an obvious to some of these people. Like, YouTubers and live streamers do not have to read your message off. When they give you the opportunity to say literally anything, I mean, it's pretty obvious, like, pretty obvious they're not going to read off everything, right? But, you know, if you want to send me another $5, you can get on that. Okay, we're just vibing out here on the new Unadilla track. Spencer Turley server, turkey password. You know what it is, boys. Okay. Whoa, look at how fast you can get going on this, dog. Holy shit. But yeah, we're just having fun on some MX bikes, man. It's just fun to run laps on a track like this where you can kind of practice your whips on some of the jumps. Just a good time, dude. Got these little ruts that get a little more dug in when you get that terrain deformation going. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. All right. Okay, I see how the backflip shit works. I see. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. Oh, shit. Let me die. Oh, my God. Everybody and their grandmother was right behind me there. Oh, Toledo. All right. Let me get up to a little bit of a steeper jump face here. We'll see if I can do it. Whoa. Whoa, 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 Spency boy. Let's get up to this big daddy jump up here. Right? Dude waving as I'm riding by. Okay. Dude, I want to throw a fatty. I just want to throw a fatty. Yeah. Whoa, Betsy. Easy there, big hoss. Easy there. Easy there, Spency boy. Damn, dude. You whipping her a little too far, whippersnapper. Alright, see what we can do. Dude, it's just fun trying to whip. And I'm only whipping one direction. Right? They haven't even really attempted to try to do it the other direction much. Oh, look at that. Sauciner. Big sauciner. Okay. Whoa. Alright. Yeah, so the trick is like hitting it with enough speed, but not too much speed, right? That is the trick there. For sure. You got to hit it with enough to kind of throw it, but you don't want to over jump this right here. Are they going to do donations this year? Yeah, I don't know about that. I haven't really heard much on that, dude. I don't really know. I don't know what the... I mean, holy crap, the amount of stuff they've changed from like 2 months ago to this outdoor series was insane. It was like... They were supposed to do like Washougal or some race. They canceled that. There's just like a lot of stuff they have changed quickly right before this series. So I don't have no clue what they're doing on that. Boys, I appreciate you tuning in. We're just throwing some big Huck Daddy fatties on this Unadilla jump over here. You boys are welcome to join in if you want. Spencer Turley server, turkey password. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Sub, dude. I see you in the chat. Sub, dude. All right. Oh, and then you can kind of... Oh, my God. You can kind of start getting that, like... You know, going like left, right, left up the face, kind of already like pre-whipping it before you get up to it, right? That kind of half moon shape up the face. You can kind of start doing that a little bit. That's how you really get her tossed out there. That's how you do it on MX Sim. That's how it's all in like going one way, the other way, and then back the other way, right? Over the face. You got to carve that shit, you know? That's how you do it. Oh my God. Big Daddy status, Big Daddy status, yeah, you're better hold on. Okay, this little double is kind of annoying right here, trying to hit it like right there like that. Oh, that's a little bit annoying there. Boys, come out here and throw some whips on Unadilla with the boy. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling like third's a pretty good gear to hit this. Oh, my God. Looky there. You could have done that kind of whip in the lock to the bike camera mode, and it wouldn't have looked a tenth that good of a whip. Is that not insane? That is crazy. All right. Damn, we're getting a little deformed rut in that corner now because we've hit the same corner so many times. Whoa, whoa, jumping her a little far, jumping her a little far. That's fun, though, when you first start whipping in a game like that. That is fun. Especially on a simulator where it's really got some depth to the physics and the movement. Okay. Let's see here. Are we big whipping? Oh my God. We are big daddy status now, boys. Holy shit. Give me a hee-haw in the chat for that one. Give me a hee-haw in the chat. That was a big daddy. That first big one we threw was probably the biggest, but that was still pretty big right there. Good Lord almighty. That rut is getting carved. Whoa, whoa. Damn, we ain't trying to do 360s out here, Swency boy. Calm your titties down a little bit. Oh, whoa. I was looking at chat. The dude was like right in front of me. I'm going to have to go to the pits to load his bike in here. God, that rut. Look at that. All kinds of ruts coming out of that corner. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, so you got to be careful and not do a 360. I have noticed that. You do have to be a little careful of that, right? Okay. Let's try to run a lap on the track here. Nice little double up the hill. Boys, I appreciate you, all this support in these streams. I appreciate you. We got memberships. We got super chats. You know, if you want to try to send me something really stupid thinking I'm going to read it and I actually don't, but you still sent me the money, you know, you can do that if you want. I might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night. Right? Okay. Even those ruts right there in that fast section getting a little tricky. Look at that. That's kind of cool. That's the thing, like, with the deformation of this game, it's just so, like, you can go in and out of the ruts, and it can make 3 or 4 ruts going in and out of each other, like, right at this right at the same little spot, right? That's what's so cool about it. It doesn't feel so concrete like MX Simulator's ruts, you know? Whoa, whoa, that rut's getting a little chewed out. And it's this weird thing, like, even when you get somewhat of a janky-looking rut in this game, it doesn't feel as janky as it would on MX Sims or Road. SpongeBob is the death of me. Okay. Right? So that's kind of the difference when you have cushion to the game. It can look kind of splicey or like a weird rut, but it's not going to feel that bad because you have cushion to the dirt. That's the whole thing. It's like a whole feeling difference between MX Bikes' terrain deformation and MX Simulator's terrain deformation. It's an entirely different feeling to it, right? It can look similar in some ways, but the feeling is completely different. Totally different. 1,000% different, right? It ain't even like comparable, really. Cushion to terrain deformation in motocross games is like a must, an absolute must. Let's try to whip it the other way. I'm probably going to die here, but that's okay. Whoa. Whoa. We did it. We did it, boys. Dootskis, we made it. I thought I was going to die on that one. Okay, double up the hill, carrying all kinds of speed here. All right, jumping way deep into that. See if we can carry speed down this down-up. Little down-up section, right? Little down-up section. Woo! Carrying some speed now. What's up, boys? Just tuning in. We're playing around on Unadilla MX Bikes. Okay. Okay. Wide open ranges. Definitely making those two fast sections right there a little more sketchy with the deformation. No doubt. No doubt. Oh my God, look at the speed. Woo! You can start carrying it for sure. Oh man, that gets fun when you get going that fast in the game. Wow. And this is an interesting track for it, right? Because it's a lot smoother of a pre-made track, right? But then you deform it with an actual proper terrain deformation with cushion to the dirt, mind you. But, right? So then you get these like multiple rut lines within one line, cushion, go in and out of the rut, ruts in a straight line, ruts up a jump face. You get all these interesting little things that you don't really get with MX Simulator's terrain deformation. So that is certainly part of it. Boys, I appreciate all you new guys tuning in here. We're just chilling, big hoss vibing, big whips. Ooh. We rode a bunch of Supercross. You can always rewind the stream there or watch it whenever it's put on YouTube. When I end the stream, you can always go back and watch the stream from there. The full stream start to finish. That's how all of my streams are. They get archived to YouTube, so that's a pretty cool YouTube live streaming feature. Let's do another whip the other direction. Okay, woo-wee. Yeah. We're getting her now. Oh, damn. Terrain deformation caused the front end to lose traction there right before that jump. That was cool. Okay. Whoa. Nice hitting this inside rut and then trying to carry this speed without this 450 trying to ride up on you. Right? Okay. Yeah, the whips are just so different looking with this not locked to the bike. So different. Crazy, man. So either way, we've been streaming for a minute here. I appreciate all the support. We're probably going to shut this one down here. I'll be back really soon on some more MX Bikes live streams, some MX Simulator Custom Track live streams, some Warzone live streams. We'll be getting it going here again soon, but I appreciate all the support, boys. Let's see if it'll ever let me out of the game. But yeah, you know, you can hit the join button if you want to become a member, and if not, it is all good. But yeah, we're out for this one later, dudes.